What's going on, guys? It's your boy John Electric Dagger coming back with a major story. So it looked like Kelsey Mitchell was speaking about her health going into the 2026 season. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. You guys haven't heard now, Kelsey Mitchell is still a free agent. The WNBA has yet to sign a collective bargaining agreement. And from all the reports I've been reading, they're nowhere near close to getting a deal done, which means that we're still looking at a 2026 lockout. Now, one player that the Indiana Fever must figure out.
For any fan, the visual was striking and indelible. After practically running out of energy for the 2025 season, Kelsey Mitchell, a titan on the court, was assisted off the court. She had given it her all on the court, pushing herself to the limit and exerting all of her energy. Many questioned whether this taxing physical toll marked the end of her career or at the very least a major hiatus. It was evident how exhausted they were, posing grave concerns about her WNBA prospects and if her body could withstand such constant strain season after season. Fans were prepared for the worst, expecting to hear bad news about her health and possibly see her tragic early exit from the game she loved.
I've been reading, they're nowhere near close to getting a deal done, which means that we're still looking at a 2026 lockout. Now, one player that the Indiana Fever must figure out a way to keep is Kelsey Mitchell. I feel like Kelsey Mitchell was detrimental in the 2025 season, and they're going to need her to keep the backcourt that they got alongside Caitlin Clark. I've been wanting to tell y'all that Kelsey Mitchell was a big part of the big three, which is Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston. No matter what, they got to figure out a way to keep them three players. Now, hopefully they come up with a way to pay Kelsey Mitchell the supermax. But as of right now, it don't look like Kelsey Mitchell want to leave Indy.
But then she spoke, completely upending all expectations with comments that sent shockwaves of incredulity and deep appreciation across the league. Mitchell made a startling statement when questioned about her health over the difficult season. "I feel fantastic," she said. Despite the recent pictures of her suffering off the court, there was a stubborn resilience in her voice. Nobody had anticipated this upgrade. Even after such an incredibly rigorous year, it was evidence of an iron will and an indomitable spirit that refused to be defined by physical tiredness. Any ideas of an early departure were entirely overshadowed by her seemingly impossible recuperation and upbeat attitude, which quickly became the main story.
The three players. Now, hopefully they come up with a way to pay Kelsey Mitchell the supermax. But as of right now, it don't look like Kelsey Mitchell want to leave Indy. But at the end of the day, you just never know when money's involved, man. Anybody can make any rational decision when money is involved. Now, with that being said, the last time we seen Kelsey Mitchell on a basketball court, she was getting help off the basketball court. She pretty much played her heart out, man, for the 2025 season. Literally played her way out of her shoes damn near. To me, I feel like Stephanie White was just using Kelsey Mitchell in ways that we have not seen her been used defensively.
She went on, giving her incredible statement even more context. Mitchell continued, "I think I just had a hopeful and a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Admitting the intensity of her performance that I believe I really painted a realistic image of the extreme physical sacrifice she made by playing till the wheels fell off." However, her next comments were the true bombshell rather than an apology or a request for relaxation. However, given what transpired over the season, I believe it was only for the better. I would repeat the process. This went beyond resiliency. Fans were genuinely astounded by her deep, nearly amazing devotion to her club and the game.
Out of her shoes damn near. To me, I feel like Stephanie White was just using Kelsey Mitchell in ways that we have not seen her been used defensively. It was those long defensive stretches that I feel like kind of took a lot out of her, bro. Energy wise, she's more of an offensive threat, but we've seen a lot of players playing a lot of hard defense this year. You know, ultimately half of the damn roster got hurt. I just feel like I still will say Kelsey Mitchell and many others was affected by Stephanie White defense. You know, her defense was grueling, man. It was the same type of defense she ran at Connecticut. Really?
The coaching philosophy that shaped the 2025 season was immediately identified as the direct source of this remarkable physical effort. The team's head coach, Stephanie White, put in place a defensive strategy that drove Mitchell and the entire roster to the brink. It was a very physical, defensively orientated strategy that required players with an offensive mindset like Mitchell to exert previously unheard of levels of energy. Despite possibly aiming for a championship-level defense, this tactical choice ultimately stressed players in ways that many fans had never seen. Players were clearly worn out and at risk of injury as a result of the extended, taxing defensive spells, underscoring the tremendous pressure they were under.
More offensive schemes surrounded and more fit for Caitlin Clark, but we'll just have to wait and see, man. With that being said, let's pull up what Kelsey Mitchell got going on online. Now, Kelsey Mitchell is currently getting ready for an arrival. These were the pictures that came out today. As y'all can see here, Kelsey Mitchell is on Hive team. I don't know, man. I doubt if I watch Unrivaled this year, y'all. I just gotta keep it real. I doubt if I look at it, man. But it is scheduled to be coming up within the next month or so, I believe. We'll have to go on over there at the end of the video and check it out. What's this here?
Kelsey Mitchell wasn't the only one affected by Stephanie White's unwavering defense. It developed into a widespread problem that affected about half of the squad. Throughout the season, there was a noticeable rise in injuries and weariness as a result of players being continuously pushed beyond their limits. Players' bodies suffered greatly as a result of the taxing defensive duties, which frequently forced them out of their natural offensive roles and into prolonged high-intensity defense. Significant questions concerning player safety and the viability of such an aggressive approach over the course of a WNBA season were highlighted by this group battle. The actual cost of this demanding approach to the game was highlighted by the overwhelming number of players who were injured or clearly having difficulty.
It stated Kelsey Mitchell on health. She stated, "I feel great. I think I just had a hopeful and a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I think I did play till the wheels fell off, literally, but I think it was just for the better because of the what happened this season. I would do it over again." So she's letting it be known, man. She would definitely do this over again. Let me repost this. And she went on to say, she spoke about Unrivaled. She said, "Opportunity is opportunity regardless. First and foremost, without being selfish, it's about putting yourself in a decent position. Unrivaled has opened their arms to me and others."
Coach White does not have a new playbook. Her 2025 defensive plan was remarkably similar to her previous coaching positions. According to reports, the rigorous defense, the hard rotations, and the entire strategic framework were all practically a straight carryover from her tenure at Connecticut. Without making any major changes, she took the same physically demanding, high-intensity approach straight to the WNBA. The question of whether a plan created for the collegiate level could be successfully or securely transferred to the professional levels, where the physical demands are already exponentially larger and the season is longer, was raised by this disclosure and sparked discussion among both analysts and fans.
Let's look up the WNBA CBA agreement because that stuff made headlines today. Speaking about the CBA, and a lot of people was talking about that today. Let me see if I can pull up some information about that. Oh, Caitlin Clark got a new video out. Let me see if I can pull it up for y'all real quick. So this is the Caitlin Clark video here. This little 13-second joint. Let's see.
What?
You made it.
There is a growing demand for a major strategic change moving forward after such a physically demanding 2025 season. A new offensive strategy that shifts away from the punishing defensive focus is something that fans and observers are fervently wanting to see. A stronger read and react approach is desired, one that lets offensive stars like Caitlin Clark flourish and frees up other important players to focus on their main responsibilities. For player longevity and overall team success in the upcoming seasons, it may be essential to implement more offensive sets that are suited to the club's capabilities rather than depending only on a taxing defense.
Bruh. Let me see if I can find another article on the CBA. Give me a quick second, guys. So this is what I found about the CBA. It stated the WBPA is asking for more than double the share of revenue proposed by the league. The WPA proposed salary system entitled player to around 30% of league team revenue. Union is also proposing 2 development player spots increased by security, and it's been reported by The Athletic. One person said, "This is pointless, and emo is meant to create a walkout, so it raises a national conversation midterms to the next year." I don't know, man. I'm not finna get into politics and all that, but
It is impossible to overestimate Kelsey Mitchell's significance to the Indiana Fever despite the physical sacrifices. She carried a large amount of the team's offensive and defensive load during the 2025 season, making her a genuinely damaging force. Her presence in the backcourt with up-and-coming players is crucial to the team's success going forward. Mitchell's veteran leadership, scoring ability, and proven dedication make her an invaluable asset, and the Fever realize that acquiring her is crucial. A team on the verge of genuine contention in the very competitive WNBA scene would have its delicate balance and potential jeopardized if she were to leave. A terrible blow to their ambition. Mitchell makes up 1/3 of the Fever's Big Three. Alongside the dominant Aaliyah Boston and the brilliant Caitlin Clark, this triumvirate is invaluable. The foundation of the team's hopes for championship success is this core group. Together, these 3 players have enormous potential and chemistry, creating a strong group that can take on any club in the league. The plan is obvious. No matter the cost, keep these 3 guys together. Their on-court chemistry and combined talent are crucial for creating a long-lasting dynasty, thus keeping Mitchell on board is crucial to the team's long-term goals. Given Kelsey Mitchell's critical role in the Big Three, the financial stakes for keeping a player of her caliber are enormous. It is hoped that the Fever would be able to offer her a supermax contract, which would secure her future in Indy and reflect her true worth. But you never know in the volatile world of professional sports, where money speaks louder than emotion. When substantial financial incentives are available, every participant, regardless of loyalty, can make a logical choice. As Mitchell's physical commitment collides with the harsh realities of contract negotiations, this uncertainty adds even another level of drama to her future. The WNBA's collective bargaining agreement casts a menacing shadow over players' futures, including Mitchell's. There is a lot of worry and conjecture because the league and the WNBA Players Association, or WNBPA, are far from signing a new contract. The league's overall financial viability, team rosters, and player contracts are all significantly impacted by this protracted impasse. Many important decisions have been delayed due to the inability to come to an agreement, leaving players, teams, and supporters are waiting for a decision that might significantly change the professional women's basketball scene in the future seasons. The most concerning outcome of the continuing CBA talks is the increasing risk of a lockout in 2026, with both parties apparently miles apart, and claims made by some that the WNBPA's proposals are purposefully intended to cause a work stoppage. It is getting more and more likely that players may miss an entire season. The league would suffer greatly from such an incident, which would impede its progress and have an effect on player pay, endorsements, and fan interaction. A lockout would put players under tremendous pressure, including Mitchell, adding a degree of danger to their commitment and requiring them to make tough professional decisions without the assurance of a solid WNBA contract. The WNBPA's aggressive demands for a much higher revenue share are at the center of the tense CBA discussions. The union is advocating for players to get about 30% of league and team earnings, which is more than double what the league has suggested. The union believes that players should have a larger share of the financial pie, particularly as the league's popularity and earnings continue to rise. This belief is reflected in the significant increase in player remuneration. The financial future is directly impacted by this basic debate on revenue sharing, which is a significant obstacle to any resolution of each and every WNBA player. The WNBPA's proposal includes important components targeted at improving player security and development in addition to revenue. They support keeping every team's roster at 12 players at all times in order to provide stability and more employment chances. The union is also advocating for each team to have 2 developmental player positions, roles that would offer full benefits and the chance to participate in up to 10 games before possibly agreeing to a long-term deal. These suggestions seek to give gamers a stronger support network, establishing more direct routes to the professional level and providing better health and financial stability for the duration of their careers. However, the WNBPA's most recent demands, including the crucial demand for a larger income share and components of their player security plans, were recently rejected by the WNBA. This denial highlights how difficult it is for the two sides to come to an agreement. The bargaining process is made more difficult by the league's position, which shows a strong opposition to the union's structural and financial demands. This continuous back and forth with suggestions made